Welcome in, everybody, to Betting Pros. It's time to place your bets. It is me, Joey P. Joe P's a P. It's Monday night. You know what that means? It's time for me and my rowdy friend Scott Bogman to take a look at the game, take a look at the props, and help you win some cash. Scott Bogman, last we left everybody on the Thursday night live stream. The Seattle Seahawks did cover that 9.5.
Not here to talk about the past.
I'm talking about
the future.
It's fine. That's fine. Well, I want to talk about the past. It got dicey at the end, but still, they did cover. Dallas won. If you had DK Metcalf to score a touchdown, I think you cleared that hurdle pretty well. But
pretty quickly, too.
A different set of circumstance, Boggs. We've got the Joe Burrow-less Cincinnati Bengals against the Jacksonville Jaguars on the road. So first hot take on this game before we get into the nitty-gritty here.
I mean, my hot take is that Jacksonville is going to beat the brakes off of the Bengals. Okay. Look, if they had Burrow, this is a tighter game. It's a close game, I think. But the Bengals might have the worst. They're playing the worst defense. I don't know if they have the worst personnel on defense, but they're playing the worst defense in the NFL right now. They're not possessing the ball. Time of possession last week against Pittsburgh, the first week without Burrow, was 37-17 for Pittsburgh to 22-43 for the Bengals. They are not holding on the ball. They were 2 for 10 on third downs. They let up 4 sacks in only 40 plays or whatever they had on offense. So 10% of their plays ended in sacks. It was a bad game. I don't know if it can be that bad again against Jacksonville, but I do think the way Jacksonville is playing, this is going to be escalator of sadness. Or I guess, whatever. Redneck Riviera of sadness in Jacksonville.
Duval.
For the Bengals.
Now, Travis Etienne was dealing with an injury all week, but he is going to play today. How much stock in that injury do you put into the props going under, or even looking at Dearness Johnson maybe to get more work in this game? Do you think that happens?
Yeah, I think I just think the Jags are going to have the ball so much that we could still see Etienne hit his over. It's a rib injury, but he participated all week. You just never know. He'll, I'm sure, be wearing extra protection and all that stuff, but you just never know how he's going to get hit and if he'll go out. But I mean, spoiler alert, I'm going to take the over on his yards because Meg's bad on rushing. So I don't know if it'll take that many carries to get him to that mark. So I would probably lay off the carries and take the yards, but I'm okay with any ETN prop. He's up. They'll give him, as my friend Joey P likes to say, those fun goofballs, and he'll be fine. So
all about, you take a couple goofballs, next thing you know, you feel like $1 million. Speaking of feeling like $1 million,
goofballs right now.
Our chatters here in the stream, Nino, we're all degenerates, and Kendall says, I'm tiptoeing the line of being a degenerate. Well, listen, Kendall, don't tiptoe. Just step right over that line. Come hang out with us.
Take my hand, Kendall. Take my hand. We will bring you over the line to the degenerate side, please.
But look, football's only for a few months out of the year. We got to have some fun here while it's lasting. What are you going to do?
It's not like there's a bowl that you could bet on every single one coming up every day for the rest of December and January once they kick off. So it's a lot of fun, man. Bowl season's great. NFL season's great. There's a lot of stuff to gamble on. All the possibilities. You could be a millionaire at this time next month. You don't know. Maybe that's 20 like parlay. Who knows?
Well, don't you remember if you just kept rolling over the CMC anytime touchdown prop, it was a couple $100,000, right? Is that what it was? That's crazy. All right, let's get to the game. Before we get to that, how about some free stuff? If you want a chance to win a free premium 1-year subscription to Betting Pros, your place to start betting smarter, not harder, you need to subscribe to the Betting Pros YouTube channel right now. Comment below on this video, and that's it. We'll be announcing the winner right here on the channel, so make sure you turn on those notifications so you can be alerted when new episodes drop, and if you are the winner, so you can claim your prize. I like to build the drama before the commercial plays. Just a little bit of a nice pause there,
You had to read everything first, and then
we try to be all high tech, moving screens. That's okay. Here we are, everybody. This is the game. Here's the landscape. This is what it looks like. The Bengals are 5-6, taking on the Jaguars. We're 8-3. This one is in Jacksonville. The number right here, the best number you can get, is +10 at -108 at Sugar House on the Cincinnati side, -9.5 at -118 over on FanDuel. The over for this game is 40.5 at -110 on FanDuel, 41 even, minus 110 a points bet. And then if you like the Bengals on the money line, a plus 430, that's the number you're getting there. But I don't think I can get there today. So, Boggs, you're saying this is going to be a Jaguars romp, and it probably will be. I think Browning is respectable, but I mean, I don't think they're going to win this game. But that is a big number for a Jacksonville team that, I don't know. When I think of Jacksonville, dominant is not the word that comes to mind.
I understand that, but they have played very well recently. Beat Houston. They smoked Tennessee. They did get smashed by San Francisco, but that's going around. That's going around. I think even the Eagles might be the second best team in the NFL, and they got smashed by the Niners. I mean, we'll find out. They're going to be playing Dallas this week, so that's going to be a fun one as well. But yeah, look, I watched that whole game. Obviously because Cincinnati played Pittsburgh last week, and Cincinnati had nothing. I mean, on either side of the ball. It was the Steelers' first 400-yard game in 58 games. So they're bad on defense, and they were gassed on defense at the end. So this is Jacksonville in the over for me.
Okay, Jacksonville and the over here for Boggs. And look who's in the chat. Another handsome bald man. Locking those Evan Ingram overs. Speaking of degenerates, there's Derek Brown, everybody. And he says also he's taking the over. So there you go, Boggs. So you're in on the over. Derek Brown in on the over. Everybody's hanging out with the over and the 40. I mean, it's not a crazy number. I mean, 40 is a very attainable number. I like the 40 more than the 10, to be honest with you. So I think that I'm going to go that route as well. So in continuing to look at this, I can't make any case for the Cincinnati Bengals money line plus 430 is fun. I know, Monday nights, crazy things happen. Thursday night, crazy things happen. I don't know if I want to get this crazy on this one here, but I will say this. I think the Jacksonville Jaguars, stomping a mud hole goes a long way for me, how I feel about Jacksonville the rest of the season. You mentioned they did beat up a couple teams, but I feel like, let's continue to beat the teams handily that we need to beat, and I will feel very good about them as we get into the playoffs. And right now, they are leading this division. What do you think of the Jags as a playoff team this year? Do you think they can have a run similar to last year where they're not just like one and done?
I think they could. For me, it's all about how Trevor Lawrence plays, and he has been playing recently very well. 4 touchdowns a couple weeks ago, 2 touchdowns last week. Really stuck the landing at the end too. So I am as Trevor Lawrence goes, the Jaguars will go because the defense is good enough to be contending. They have great weapons. The offensive line is held up well, but I mean, and that's the thing here. Cincinnati. I agree with you, Joe. I think Jake Browning is underrated. I think he is better than what he showed last week, but it was bad. It was bad. And it was on Monday. So, all that stuff. So, or no, it wasn't on Monday. I get my days mixed up here. Yeah.
He's no Joe Flacco at the end of the day.
Dude, I am tired from my trip to.
That's right. Bogman, in case you missed it, was on TV because he was at the Texas game watching Texas whoop on OK State there. So, hey, man. I know you're excited about national championship aspirations here. Mm-hmm. Texas in the big dance. Very exciting. And by the way, see the people trust you. Kendall already here. Hand taken. He's taking the hand. He's walking with you to the degenerate side. He says he loves us. We love you too, man. We love hanging out with you guys, talking about, of course, the wagering of the NFL. And it's not just the only thing we're talking around here too, because we've also got the NBA show in these parts. Matt Modi every Wednesday, every Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, NBA Best Bets live right here on the channel. So subscribe right now to the YouTube channel. Drop a comment below. You just might win, again, that premium Betting Pros upgrade. But you also know every time a piece of content drops here, I got my Best Bets video working on that already coming out for tomorrow. So that should be a fun time as well. All right, Scott Bogman, let's continue on with the props. That's why everybody's here at the end of the day. So let's do it. Let's start with Trevor Lawrence. 240.5 is the passing yards number at minus 115. You want to go over or under?
Let's go over because Lawrence only hit this total in 3 of his first 7 games, but he's hit it in 3 of the last 4. The Bengals have the worst team coverage grade, according to PFF, in the NFL, plus that most likely lopsided time of possession if the Bengals are not converting third downs like they did last week, 2 of 10. In Browning's first showing. I just think that, he's going to have enough time. There's multiple ways to break this. He could do this just because the defense is bad. If the Bengals are in this, he'll need to do it to keep pace. I don't see that happening, but he'll probably do it just because they're going to have the ball so much in this game. So let's go with the over on Trevor Lawrence. Too many good weapons, too much bad coverage from Cincy.
All right, let's talk about Travis Etienne. As you mentioned, he was dealing with that injury all week. 67.5 is the rushing yards prop for him, minus 115. Now, look, Cincinnati not good against the run here. I think, a healthy Etienne had a shot at a 100-yard game, and that's saying something because I think he only has one of those all year. You have to go back way back in the game log for that. So you want to go over this number despite the injury?
Yeah, and this is more like you said. It's not that Etienne has been hitting these numbers consistently because he hasn't, but this is a bet against the Bengals defense. Like you said, second worst in the NFL over the season, averaging over 140 yards per game given up on the ground, and over the last 3 games, the worst in the NFL, averaging over 166 games, 166 yards per game over the last 3 allowed for the Bengals. Plus, we talked about that time of possession. If they're up big too, we could see Etienne run a little bit extra, although maybe they'll get him out too. But I just think that he hits this total. I bet he has the majority of this in the first half.
Okay, majority in the first half, which means you could get some garbage Dearness Johnson. I like the touchdown number on Dearness. We'll get to that in a second.
Yes.
Calvin Ridley over 57.5 receiving yards, minus 115. Ridley's been hot box. We've waited. We've been patient. And I'm finally getting the Calvin Ridley that I promised everybody early in the season. Now, finally, we're getting him. So let's go, baby. 57.5. You going over?
Get pop quiz here, Joe.
Okay, hot shot.
Over the last 3 games, who is giving up the most passing yards in the NFL?
Well, I don't know. The Eagles might be close after that last game, but I'll say the Bengals.
Yes, it's the Bengals. So, look, the defense is bad. They have a good pass rush. They have Hubbard and Hendrickson. That's it right now. They're not defending the run. They're not defending the pass, especially the deep pass. They've been terrible. So, yeah, give me Calvin Ridley to go over, and pretty much any Jags wide receiver or receiving option that you want to pick that you think is going to go over, take it. Take Ingram, take Kirk, take Etienne. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Like, this is the week.
Oprah, you're just giving away overs and receiving.
You get an over. You get an over. You get an over. I'm not saying they're all going to hit, but I'm saying if there's ever a matchup to feel good about it, you're going to have time of possession, and you're going to have the worst coverage grade in the NFL defense that you're playing against. The only negative to taking overs on receiving yards and passing yards is if Jacksonville gets up too big in the first half, which it's still the NFL. I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, Pittsburgh won going away against Cincy last week, and that score ended up being 16-10 because they did play decent red zone defense. So the Bengals did, but they're giving up the yards like crazy. So I think anybody could hit anybody anytime tonight for the Jaguars.
Before we get to the next prop here on Boggs' list, the juice under 21.5 completions for Browning. I don't know.
I mean, because if they're down, and
that's
they're
my
not
problem with
bad,
it. The under is hard because I actually think it's more the over just in the attempts. Actually, that's a very intriguing number, more than the passing yardage. Is the attempts. If they are behind, you're gonna have to throw the football potentially, and I think that's something you actually look on the other side of it. There's an interesting Bon Jovi conversation going on in the chat too. I don't know who started it, but I can tell you this. About, 15 years ago, I went to see Bon Jovi in concert. The second time. I saw them like maybe 3 years before that.
Because it's your life, it's now or never?
No, because I live in New Jersey, and every 10 years you have to go to one. It's like it's like a pilgrimage. You gotta go. I got dragged there, of course, so whatever. I went to it's like I don't hate Bon Jovi. I don't hate Bon Jovi. In fact, Wanted Dead or Alive, one of my favorite karaoke songs that you will hear me sing because it's a crowd pleaser. Because you can go, wanted, and then hold the mic out, and everyone else goes, wanted.
I can't wait to sing karaoke with you so we can sing I Got You, Babe. By Sonny and Cher.
I was going to go Don't Go Breaking My Heart, Kiki D and Elton John. But anyway, the point I'm making is I heard they're going back on tour, and I can tell you the last time I saw them was when they opened MetLife Stadium. So that had to be about a decade plus ago, right? Oh my God. Can he not sing anymore? It is bad. He basically did the Karaoke Joe version the entire time to the crowd. They sang the entire songs. It ain't good, man. It ain't good. Don't go. Save your money, but get your tickets on Fanimal because that's one of our sponsors. Let's go to the next one here. Trayvon Walker, 0.25 sacks plus 135. Boggs, I smell money here.
Yeah, that's the thing is that I think Josh Allen is more likely to get a sack as he, I think he got 3 in his last game.
Yeah,
But
Allen's been on fire lately.
his
Yeah,
number is minus 140. So look, if
no
you
fun.
want that number, add it with something that you're confident about, great.
Well, I
Because
think
I
if you
think
take that with the over in the game, I think
sure.
that's a pretty comfortable night.
I think that will. What is that? Tell us. Can you get the juice on that one while I'm talking here, Joey? So
What juice? What juice do you want on
yeah,
what?
I want the over and then the Josh Allen sack
Oh,
in
you
that
want the combination?
the combo. Yeah, I think we might have lost Joe
I'll
for a
get
second.
back to you. All right.
There we go. But
It's interesting to not record a sack is interesting. But he's minus 188 to record a sack on FanDuel. Mod on. Oh, yeah.
ooh,
All right.
a,
Continue on. I'm gonna put this
a
together and see
DK
if you
was
like.
minus 140. So I'll take a look when I'm done talking here. But the Bengals let up 4 sacks last week, and we know this line is bad. And the reason it worked with Burrow is because Burrow could avoid pressure. He got the ball out quicker. He made faster reads. He just processed quicker, and he's just more experienced than Jake Browning, obviously. So Browning is going to have to play comeback, and I think he's late in this game. He's going to be passing a lot. I think the defense is going to be able to pin their ears back and go after him. So, yeah, I mean, give me Trayvon Walker, give me Josh Allen. I mean, even I think Roy Robertson Harris was on there as well on the defensive side in terms of the options. I think there could be a lot of sacks had in this game, especially if Jacksonville gets up quickly.
I hate to upset you, Bods. You can't put them together in a parlay. It won't let you do it. Boo, FanDuel. Boo on you. Why did you do that to us? But you can put Calvin Ridley anytime touchdown scorer at plus 155 along with the 40.5, and that gets you plus 268. That's a nice day at the office right there. I think
it ain't bad.
That's the route I'm going here tonight. Keep it simple, stupid. And by stupid, of course, I mean me. All right, let's go one more. Logan Wilson. He might be a busy boy. Let's go with that tackle and assist number 8.5. That's pretty reasonable. And we're getting plus 105. That seems like an easy over to me, Boggs.
Yeah, look, man. We just talked about time of possession, and the Bengals defense is going to be on the field all the time. And he got this total last week in 37 minutes after he got hurt. And so he still played 96% of the snaps. Logan Wilson's rarely coming off the field, right? And he's a tough guy and all that stuff too. But he's going to be wheels up in this game, full participation practice, and he's going to be racking up tackles and tackles and tackles and tackles and tackles. I also like Dax Hill. Dax Hill over on the tackles too, because Jacksonville likes to pass a little bit more. Could be, I believe his number, if I'm looking at it correctly, was 6.5. Let me double check that one. 6.5 is plus 110 on Dax Hill. So both of those, I like. I think Logan Wilson's probably a little safer, but both of those guys in terms of tackling, because that defense is going to be on the field a lot.
Before we get to the anytime TDs, some interesting specials on tonight's games from FanDuel. They're trying to spice things up a little bit. I don't know if I like this one. It feels like a trap, though. It's plus 150. Travis Etienne to have 25 plus rushing yards in each half. Now, that sounds good on the surface, but it kind of worries the hell out of me at the same time.
Well, here's the thing is I think as we talk about multiple routes to get to a total that we want, right? There's multiple routes to not get this one. They're up too big and he gets a little more nicked up in the first half. We're up, 17 points. Let's run Dearness. Let's see what Tank Bigsby has against this bad defense. Let's rest Travis Etienne. You're Monday night, so it's going to be a short week of rest next week as well. So, that one makes me feel a little queasy. So
yeah,
it's not
there's
my favorite.
one after it that actually sounds a little, I think a little bit more appealing, which is the Jaguars to score in all 4 quarters of this game.
Just to score?
Just to score, not a touchdown, just to score, to put up points in 4 quarters. Again, tricky, but you're getting plus money on that plus 155. I don't hate that. I like that one a little bit more. I think the other one's a bit of a trap. There's some fun ones on here. Ridley and Chase to combine for 200 yards receiving. That's plus 600, but that's a hard pass for me.
You might get 160 from Ridley, and then you just need a little from.
I mean, maybe. Chase, I don't know if you'll get 160 for I don't know.
No. I mean, that's not something I would bet. But
no, it's not.
What was the juice on that one?
Plus 600 on that.
Plus 600?
Plus 600. Ridley and Chase combined for 200 yards receiving. I mean, it ain't crazy. It ain't cray.
Yeah. No,
but
I think that one's not too.
Some other fun ones too. Browning and Trevor Lawrence combined for 600 yards passing. That's a little bit of a tougher sell for me.
I just don't buy into
Plus
Browning.
1,100 on that one. Yeah.
Ooh, that's why.
But still, I like the crazy wacky.
Happen. Look, we thought that the Thursday night game was going to be a low scoring kind of butt whooping from, or I did from the Cowboys. You had it playing closer, but I think we were both on the under. And
we were both on the under.
You almost did it
because I was in on the 9.5, and to me that just made more sense. I did not. I mean, when that game started to go cray, I was like, "Oh my god, boy!" Talk about this game.
And normally we text a lot during Thursday night football.
It was radio silence. I think we're all just in shock. The two of us.
Yeah. I was just enjoying the game. It was an awesome game.
All right, everybody. Let's get to some of the anytime touchdown calls here. Taking a look at it. Let's see which ones we like. Travis Etienne minus 150. Yeah, was a Calvin Ridley plus 155. That sounds pretty good to me. Joe Mixon plus 150 is a pass for me. Kirk at plus 185. Chase 240. Evan Ingram plus 260. I know Debro's very big on Ingram in this game. Zay Jones at plus 320. He's good in the red zone. Dearness Johnson plus 330. Boggs, just circling that one. That's the one that's really interesting.
I like the Chase one too. What do you say? It was plus
240.
Ooh,
it's a very good number you're getting on Chase too.
Yeah.
And then Trevor Lawrence plus 330. T. Higgins plus 390. Tyler Boyd plus 500. So,
Jags defense.
Jags defense plus 650 to score a touchdown.
I think you know what? Or fumble sticks. I think I would take that over that 600 yards one.
Well, here's some real fun. You want to put that with the over, you get plus 817 over on FanDuel. Ooh. If you really want to get crazy. Want to get nuts? Let's get nuts, everybody. So Bogman likes Jacksonville to cover the 10 here. He likes the over. I have to say I agree on the over. I like the over more than the 10.
Joe I don't know why. Keaton Batman.
I do like Michael Keaton Batman. I don't mind Val Kilmer Batman, to be honest with you. George Clooney Batman, no good. Ben Affleck Batman, I'm sorry. And it's not because it's cool to say it's bad. It's just bad. Christian Bale Batman, I think awesome, despite the fact that
I think
the voice is a little much sometimes.
I think Christian Bale was like a 4 out of 10 as Batman, but he was a 10 out of 10 as Bruce Wayne.
Agreed. 100% 10 out of 10 as Bruce Wayne. I would say more than 4 out of 10 as Batman. I don't think that's good. I think he's
the voice bothers me so much.
Swear to me.
Where is he? The city.
Like Fire Marshal Bill from the old Living Hell. Let me tell you something. Criminals. Yeah, dirty criminals. Oh, what do you think of the Pattinson Batman? Did you see the Pattinson Batman?
Yeah, not bad. Yeah.
I thought it was like a mystery. It's like a film noir-y kind of thing.
I like the what's her name is Catwoman more, but he was pretty good.
What, you like Michelle Pfeiffer more, or you liked the girl who played Catwoman in the new one more?
Well, I mean, look.
You just say you like. Can we just say we like all the Catwomen? Can we just say that?
We for sure we can, but I mean,
just say also, that. That's an easy way of doing it.
I mean, Michelle Pfeiffer might have been there for an awakening for your boys. So yeah, I mean, look, yeah, there's got to be
about the right age.
So yeah,
there you go. There you go. Nino's chiming in here. Michael Keaton, case closed. Keaton is a great Batman. Because he's like the
he's just a good actor.
Batman.
I mean, he was great as the Vulture too. He was outstanding. So
you know what I enjoyed? Did you see the movie where he played the McDonald's owner, Roy Kroc, whatever it is?
Yeah,
Ray Kroc.
So
very good.
There gets to a point in movies that it gets to be too cheesy, and I just have to turn it off.
Okay,
and when they started singing, like the lady was playing the piano and they were singing at the restaurant, I was like,
all right. Okay. All right. Let's recap the rest of the props here before we go way off the rails. Trevor Lawrence over 240.5 passing yards. ATN over 67.5 rushing yards. Calvin Ridley over 57.5 receiving yards. Trayvon Walker over 2.5 sacks. And again, that's plus 135. Logan Wilson over 8.5 tackles plus assists at plus 105.2.
And just to reiterate, overs on Jags guys, and if you want to take unders on non-Chase and Mixon guys on the Bengals side, I don't mind it for any of them. I'll say that.
Okay, there you have it, everybody. Make sure you subscribe to Betting Pros. Drop your comments below. You just might win a 1-year free premium upgrade just for subscribing and dropping a comment. That's pretty good for doing nothing, and we love to hear what you're in on every Monday and Thursday night. Don't forget, you could join us Thursday night live. Also, tomorrow, my best bets video of the week comes out. And Friday, you're not going to want to miss the show because I'm going to have wine and cheese as Welsh roasts me for the 49ers butt kicking of the Philadelphia Eagles. So I'm going to pour a nice Pinot Noir, and I'm going to rave about Brock Purdy and the 49ers physicality against the Eagles. Good job, boys. Well done. So they earned my respect, but that's going to be can't miss television. You're going to want to see that. All right, that'll do it for us, but the story of the game goes on. For Scott Bogman, I'm Joey P. We'll see you next time, kids.
See ya.